Today I'm going to show you a stability routine involving 6 different positions using my favorite piece of exercise equipment, the ball. And this routine might also get your heart rate up, so it's a little bit of a cardio workout. And importantly, it is much, much better than a plank. Although if you think of it, almost anything that you can think of in the entire universe is better than a plank. Right, let's get started, and then after I'm done, I will explain everything in detail, as I always do. Position number 1, it is a plank with your elbows on the ball. Position number 2 is a plank with your elbows on the floor. Position number 3 is I don't know what you call this, an upside down plank with your head and shoulders on the ball. Position number 4 is an upside down plank with your feet on the ball. Position number 5 is difficult. It's a side plank with your elbow on the ball. And I'm sure you can guess what position number 6 is. Yes, it's a side plank with your elbow on the floor. Why are these so much better than a plank? I will explain. Here's a little speech that I've given many times before, so I should be able to get through it quite quickly. Good stability exercises involve movement and balance. Why? Because that makes them more functional. What does that mean? It means that they better mimic activities of everyday life, sports and recreation. The plank involves neither balance nor movement. This is not challenging my sense of balance, and I'm not moving. This is not functional. The body adapts to what you give it, so the plank will make me better at stabilizing in this specific position with no movement and no challenge to my sense of balance. The definition of stability is the ability to resist movement. And there's another definition which I love. I can't remember the exact wording, but it's something like, it's the ability to regain a state of stability and balance following a disruption. And a disruption could be anything from this to this, or in most cases, it is just a shift of your center of mass out of your base of support. Keeping all of that in mind, have a look at this. I am resisting movement because I have to stop my body from doing that. This is a challenge to my sense of balance because this ball, believe it or not, wants to roll. Now, let's talk about movement and regaining a stable and balanced state following a disruption. Okay, what's the disruption here? Well, the ball wants to roll, that's a small disruption. Let me start shifting my base of support relative to my center of mass. That is a disruption. What if I start doing little circles? This is changing the relationship between my base of support and my center of mass a lot. I'm starting to suffer a little bit, as you can see. Okay, let me go through all of those exercises and discuss. So, movement number 1. Easy version, slightly harder version. Rolling, of course, is introducing a disruption. Position number 2, easy, harder, hardest. Position number 3 is very easy, so let's make it harder by lifting one leg. You can also make it harder by elevating your feet, putting your feet close together, and now introducing the disruption, which of course is shifting my center of mass relative to my base of support. Position number 4, very easy. Easy, and we can make it harder, of course, by introducing a disruption. Position number 5. This is about the easiest variation I can think of. You can try like this if you're not used to ball exercises, but it is still quite challenging for these muscles here. You can introduce a disruption by rolling. Of course, the more difficult way is like this. more difficult. Disruption, I can hardly even roll this ball. You do need good shoulder stability for these as well. Position number 6, this is probably the hardest of all of them. The easiest method will just be like that, very easy. And you can roll the ball around like that. It introduces a small disruption. This is harder, and I can introduce a disruption here by rolling. This is the hardest. I'm not going to try and roll that ball because I'm going to fall off. Wait, maybe I can. There we go. But I'm struggling. I failed. Once you get the hang of all of those movements, the hang, that's a very strange expression. Once you have mastered all of those movements, you can combine them into one smooth, continuous sequence, as I'm going to show you now. I say smooth, but that's something that will have to be seen to be believed. I'm going to start all the way back here. I'm going to end up all the way down there at my mat. And I'm going to introduce the circles, the disruptions, on some of the movements, the easy ones, not the side ones. Okay, I'm talking too much. Here's what it looks like. That's it. And of course, you can do all of that with the easy versions of these that I showed you. You can do more circles on each one. There are always ways to make things easier or harder. That's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And just to summarize, this little routine that I showed you today is a fantastic stability routine because it is challenging your sense of balance and it involves movement, making it very functional. The plank does not challenge your sense of balance and it does not involve movement. It will make you better at stabilizing in that plank position, and that's all. In other words, planking will make you better at planking. My little routine also serves as a fantastic warm-up for strength training because it's using more or less your whole body. It's getting blood flow to all the muscles that you're going to be using in your strength training routine. What else? Oh, and this is the kind of thing that will give you noticeable results. And when I say noticeable, I mean you will feel better. You will feel more aware of your body and stronger and more balanced. And this is something that can happen quickly because you don't have to build muscle to get those kind of results. Improving your stability and balance is a neurological adaptation, and that can happen very quickly. So try this when you go to the gym. Just add this in. It doesn't take very long, and it might be impossibly difficult at the beginning if you're not used to ball exercises, but you can improve very quickly and you will feel the difference. And that's it for today. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. I've got 85 subscribers, and when I get to 100, I'm going to do 100 things. I'm not going to tell you what the things are, but when I reach 100 things will be performed by me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you you will see me in the next one.